Here is the full rewritten version in English, flowing as a storytelling speech-style article, without any headings or instructions. WWE has always been about spectacle. It's a world built on scripted drama, choreographed mayhem, and storylines that blur the boundaries between fiction and reality. Sure, the outcomes are predetermined, and yes, it's all written ahead of time, but that doesn't mean it's fake. The pain, the effort, the stunts, they're all real. What makes WWE truly special is how it pulls fans into stories that feel so believable, they become more real than the truth. That's exactly what made the 2024 Eastern Conference Finals between the New York Knicks and Indiana Pacers feel like a crossover episode. Not just of basketball, but of pro wrestling. The rivalry between New York and Indiana is nothing new. It's one of the most intense in NBA playoff history. From Reggie Miller taunting Spike Lee to John Starks going head-to-head, literally, with Indiana's best, this feud has always carried the drama. But this year, the stakes rose higher. The fire burned brighter. It felt bigger. It felt written. Because in many ways, it was. At the center of it all were two rising stars, Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Haliburton. The tension between them had been simmering throughout the regular season and finally boiled over on the playoff stage. It wasn't just basketball anymore, it was storytelling, complete with heroes, villains, betrayal, and redemption. It wasn't long before WWE stepped into the picture. On June 28, 2024, SmackDown was set to take place at Madison Square Garden, just 5 weeks after the Pacers had crushed the Knicks in Game 7 of the playoffs with a devastating 130-109 blowout. It was a loss that stung the city. It wasn't just defeat. It was humiliation, right in their house. WWE saw the opportunity. They knew Haliburton was a big fan. So they reached out and invited him to appear. Haliburton was in, no hesitation. Why not make a dramatic entrance in the very arena he silenced just weeks earlier? But when he arrived, he was asked a strange question by WWE staff: when is Brunson getting here? Haliburton was caught off guard. He hadn't known Brunson would be there. Curious, he reached out. And sure enough, Brunson was coming. That's when Haliburton realized what was about to happen. Oh, we're really doing this, he thought. In the main event that night, a Money in the Bank qualifying triple threat match between LA Knight, Santos Escobar, and Logan Paul, Haliburton walked out with Paul, who was the reigning United States champion at the time. Paul was already a villain in WWE, but having Haliburton, the man who crushed New York's NBA hopes, standing by his side, that made him the ultimate heel. As they walked to the ring, the crowd suddenly erupted. Sitting in the front row, Jalen Brunson. The two locked eyes. The tension was thick. The arena roared with anticipation. The match began, and chaos unfolded. Logan Paul looked for an opening to cheat, signaling Haliburton to pass him brass knuckles. Just as Haliburton moved to help, Brunson jumped the barricade. He stormed toward Haliburton, cutting off the interference. Paul lost his edge. Knight took the chance and pinned him for the win. But the story didn't end there. Paul and Haliburton entered the ring to confront Knight. 2-on-1. It looked bad. Until Brunson returned, this time with a steel chair. The crowd exploded. Brunson charged into the ring, swinging the chair and clearing the ring of the villains. Knight raised Brunson's hand, and the entire arena cheered. It wasn't just a wrestling segment. It was poetry. It was revenge. It was storytelling at its finest. Fans couldn't help but notice how perfectly this mirrored the playoff drama. The Knicks-Pacers rivalry had spilled from the court into the ring. And now, fans began wondering, was it all part of a grand script? The NBA's reputation for conspiracies has always been a topic among fans. From controversial calls to the NBA draft lottery, fans love to believe the league has a hidden narrative. So when Haliburton stepped out of the ring and told the crowd, "I'll be back," it didn't feel like a coincidence. Even Triple H, WE's chief content officer, played along. He teased fans, winked at the speculation, and smiled like a man who knows the script even when no one else does. Haliburton was fully aware of the buzz. "It's pretty cool that happened this summer, and here we are," he said. "I'm all into long-term booking and all those things. I'm sure it goes along with everybody who thinks there's a script. They think Triple H had something to do with it." Josh Hart, Brunson's teammate, joined the fun too. "WWE writes a great script," he joked. But behind the jokes was a sense of something deeper. Something brewing. Because SummerSlam 2025 was announced to take place at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, right in the Knicks' backyard. Could there be another confrontation between Brunson and Haliburton? Would this rivalry spill into the ring once more? Time will tell. For now, Haliburton and Brunson will meet again. Not with chairs, ladders, or steel cages. But on the basketball court. Where the stakes are just as high. Where the championship dream lives. Where it's still no holds barred. This time, it won't be scripted. And it won't be fake. It'll be real, raw, and everything WWE, and the NBA, love most, drama that captivates the world.